Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Universal Spiritualism. And we're live on online live psychic readings. Tonight we have Niko, who is already in trance, and he will be giving us a trance demonstration with his guides and inspirers, collectively known as Noah. So I'll just bring Niko on stage. As I say, Niko has already gone into trance. Good evening.
Greetings to you, my dear one. Always a pleasure, my dear. Much gratitude, especially this evening, as you are not feeling well, my dear. Remain consistent to providing this opportunity. Much gratitude to you indeed. And greetings to all who have joined this evening. It is our honor to connect with your essences. We have spoken in the past regarding fear. We wish to once more speak about fear, but to focus the question on why you fear yourselves. Fear comes in many forms, my dear ones. Fear of the unknown, of what tomorrow may bring. Fear of failed relationships. Fear of losing a loved one and dealing with grief. But to doubt in oneself's abilities, to be uncertain of yourselves, equates to fear. When one doubts themselves within any predicament they find themselves in, that is fearing oneself. When one questions their abilities, when one questions if they may be enough or not toward another in a relationship, when one questions if they are able to succeed within the connection to our realm. All of this, my dear ones, equates to fear of self. So I ask you, do you believe that your essence in our realm shares the same fear as you in yours? Do not allow your realm to dictate who you become within that physical form. Do not allow past experiences, past relationships, or even current for that matter, provide you the fear of self and causes you doubt. For I assure each of you, your essence in our realm does not possess fear, does not doubt, does not question. It is a source of power, of energy, of love. Many times throughout your journey, you have felt your own power, your confidence, the love you have within. And many times, your road seemed easier because you felt confident. But now, reflect on your journey. And how many more times did you experience doubt and fear rather than confidence and harmony? And that difference, my dear ones, is due to the realm in which you reside. So remember, though your essence currently resides in two realms, it is still one essence, my dear ones. So there really is no reason to doubt and fear yourselves. Yes, my dear one, you may commence with this program.
Thank you. Aisha has asked whether she can ask a question, and yes, now's the time if people have questions, whether it's about loved ones that have passed over or whether it's about the spirit world and mediumship and trance. Anything that you would like to ask Niko's guides and inspirers, now is the time. Just to put those questions in the comments, and I will put those to Niko's guides and inspirers, as he won't be able to read the comments with being in trance. So just while people are typing, say hello to Sylvia and Diane, Danielle, Tilly, Joanne Lewis, Aisha, Lisa Hubbard. Lisa is actually the first one to type in. She would love any message, please.
My dear ones, there are many topics you are thinking of, and much confusion you are facing now. Listen to your heart, my dear, and come forth with that specific question you are feeling within your heart, in order to prove to you, my dear, what stems within the heart. That question also reveals the answers, my dear, to everything else you are experiencing, which is causing you conflict and confusion. The heart, my dear, the connection to your essence, shall always speak the loudest to you. The brain, my dear, your thoughts in physical form, often has a tendency to get quite cluttered now, does it not? Over-analyzing, overthinking, over-worrying. And yet, my dear, when you do sit in silence, and the mind has calmed quite a bit, are you listening to the heart? Are you paying close attention to your intuition, my dear? To the little voice inside, if you will. Precision, my dear one. Do not focus on everything your mind is interpreting as deemed important. Only focus, my dear, on what it is you hear the heart speak to you. And trust in that, my dear one. For therein are your answers. I thank you, my dear one.
Lisa says yes, and thank you so much. Sylvia asks, what were your first experiences in spirit after leaving your physical body in the physical world?
My dear, your question pertains to your interest, curiosity in what shall occur when your journey has come to a completion. We, my dear, have not experienced physical form. That shall make no difference. For you are in essence, my dear. You are in our realm. And your question pertains to what occurs to your essence once it leaves the physical form. Now, my dear, in your realm, there are many variations, many beliefs, many levels to pass and reach, many reviews of one's physical life. Well, what is imperative for you to understand, my dear, is that your essence within your physical form is always connected, is always one with your essence in our realm. So regardless of this journey back, if you will, my dear, the connection has and always will be in place. There are many variations, my dear. It all depends on what your essence is seeking to further its growth at that time. You may be asked, my dear, to enter yet another physical form upon completion of this one. You may be asked, my dear, to merge with another physical form where a portion of your essence is currently already occupied. There is much, my dear, many dimensions, many purposes, many levels, if you will. But rather than focusing on what is not needed for you to focus on now within this life you are living, why not just focus, my dear, on the lessons, on the current journey you are on? Why not focus on your own connection to self, on your own connection and understanding of our realm? Why not, my dear, focus on your current service to our realm and how that can become more powerful? I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. T. Lynn asks, was it my guardian angel or spirit guide that presented my first visions recently? And what was the message? A closed door with light behind, and later vision of raining glitter with dark background.
My dear, first let us address the second portion of that question. You already possess the answer, my dear. For once you understood the first vision of the door with the light, you immediately sensed what it meant to you. If you already, my dear, received this intuition, if you will, why question it now? Why seek affirmation? This, my dear, is proof of the level of trust possess at this time. The level of your belief and understanding. Understand, my dear, that as you were able to recognize receiving a vision, receiving a message, the same capacity of understanding you received it, you also received the answer. For what is to say, my dear, it was not your own essence which brought you this vision at this time. It is not, my dear, as important as you may think to analyze the occurrences to a certain degree, to engage your human mind, as it is to feel, my dear. Feel the essence of those visions. Feel your own essence. Feel the essence of the beautiful friends you have assisting you on your journey. The less you use your mind, the less you analyze, the less you attempt to make sense out of what you receive, my dear, and the less you seek proof and affirmation, the more you will be able to purely feel, remember, and evolve as an essence. Now, my dear, do these visions not offer you the same message? I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. If I can remind people to keep commenting with their questions, please, so I know that you're still here. Joanne Lewis asks, is there a message for me, please? I have a new guide.
Ah, my dear, congratulations for making the acquaintance. One of many, I assure you. Oh, my dear, as you have become aware of this beautiful essence joining you, were you not aware, my dear, of the messages they brought? You were aware of a specific energy which has entered and connected to your own. Subtle yet powerful indeed. Have you had your conversations with this essence, my dear? Allow me to rephrase that question. As your mind became aware that a new essence has merged with yours, did you not, my dear, receive a knowing, an inner message, your intuition guiding you, a familiarity? Did you not receive a vision, a memory perhaps, of a past time with this beautiful essence? Perhaps in the dream state, my dear? Understand, my dear one, those beautiful essences who are there to assist you do not merely just appear. It is not a celebration, my dear, as it is a reminder that you are not alone, a reminder that you are exactly on your journey as you intended to be at this time, and therefore this one has transformed before your very eyes, if you will. Synchronicities, my dear one, not coincidences. So if you are to remember that these beautiful essences arrive at specific times, then, my dear, also remember that they are bringing you insight, clarity, knowledge, remembrance of not only your path, but of your essence. Listen in the silence, my dear. Pay attention. It is there, I assure you. Do not brush it off as your mind creating this thought or this illusion. For your mind, my dear, did not create their appearance. Trust, my dear, what they say when they arrive. Listen within, then you shall hear. Offer them your respect, your honor, and your love as they are offering you. For it truly is, my dear, a blessed and honorable relationship which shall serve you well on your journey. Trust it, my dear, for there are more to come. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Marianne asks, please can I ask what gifts do I have? And is someone physical coming to help me with the gifts? Thank you.
Well, my dear, allow me to ask you a question in return. Throughout this physical life, my dear, what are the special qualities you possess that you have heard numerous times from those in your realm? Is it your loving heart, my dear? Your patience, your compassion? Are you a good listener, my friend? Are you a good friend to others? Are you creative? Are you sensitive? These gifts, as you say, my dear, you are quite aware of, for others have mentioned them to you numerous times. Now, your question, my dear, pertains to your gifts within physical form. A question that has arisen from the physical mind. If one, my dear, is an artist, surely the beauty of their work speaks for itself. A musician, the same. With those in your realm, refer to them as gifts. But I ask you, my dear, do you perceive yourself as more than this physical form? And if that answer is affirmative, my dear, then all these wonderful traits others point out about you are a mere reflection of the characteristics of your essence. The greatest gift, my dear, you can offer those in your realm is to be as loving, generous, and kind as your essence is in our realm. For the journey of the soul, my dear, is not merely the opportunity to live within a physical life, to engage with others in physical form, to learn through difficult moments and pain. But the true journey of each soul essence, my dear, is to remember your essence while in physical form, and to portray the true love of your essence in your realm. Now, as you ask for physical companionship, friendship, physical connection in your realm, this is more of a specific question, my dear. Allow us to reminisce on your journey thus far. How did you perceive those past relationships, my dear? Yes, you were fond of one or two, opened your heart, received pain, became quite cautious. And my dear, when one raises these barriers, if you will, in order to protect themselves, they become much more selective in the process of meeting others in your realm. But my dear, I ask you now to reflect back on those past relationships, even friendships, my dear one, even family, for all are able to leave scars, rather than view them as another physical being in your realm. Why not view them as an essence? Why not remember, my dear, that you possess a powerful, loving connection with them? Which is why they have entered and crossed your path on this journey, to provide you those memories, as well as the pain. So once we have an understanding, my dear, on why occurrences transpired as they did, once we understand the lessons that became uprooted because of these circumstances, then, my dear, it is easier to not question the outcome of the future, but in turn, to be excited about the possibilities. Another beautiful essence who shares a loving and powerful connection with yours, en route to enter your journey, to join you on your path, to offer new and exciting adventures, if you will, to offer love and pain, in order for you, my dear, to continue to evolve as an essence in our realm. Each of you should always be excited for what is to come, for who is to enter your life. New possibilities, new lessons, new experiences, new loves, and new pains. All indeed required for your essences to evolve and ascend in our realm. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Kylie asks, what area of my life should I be putting my energy and focus into? Where will it be best served?
Where does your passion lie, my dear? This is a serious question of where your passion lies. It's not about financial gain, nor commitment, nor promise to others, nor familiarity, nor the perception of what you deem to be your strength. Where is your passion, my dear? Where is your heart? Where do you find the greatest joy? Fulfilled with love, with a sense of purpose. Well, you cannot wait, my dear, for the next sun to rise. Then, my dear, when you understand, when you find the answer to that question, then you'll be reminded of what your purpose is. You're already, my dear, aware of it. And yet, you seem to be struggling with accepting it. As mentioned earlier, my dear, listen to your heart. You understand. You are aware of what your purpose is. And the question is more around the financial status of this change. The changes with the people near. But trust, my dear, to find one's purpose, there must always be change. When one is traveling on their journey, comfortable, familiar, afraid of change, afraid that even the slightest thought of change will disrupt the life they have come to learn. This is not always one, my dear, who is living their purpose. This is one surviving in your realm. So I return the question back to you, my dear. Where is your passion? Where is your love? Where is your excitement? Where do you feel most fulfilled? And that is where you are meant to be. Do not worry, my dear. Allow it to be free. And your purpose, your true purpose, always comes with what you need to survive in your realm, my dear. Trust in that. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Tilly asks, what do I need to do to get back on track for my mediumship and other gifts? Thank you.
My dear one, first it is to ask yourself the question, why did you walk away? Second question, my dear, why do you think you walked away? Once, my dear, one becomes aware once more of our realm as they are residing in theirs. They cannot, my dear, take away the knowledge. Once one opens their eyes, if you will, my dear, they cannot afterwards close their eyes. Once, my dear, you learned this connection to our realm, the understanding of sensing another essence near, the understanding that you are much more than physical form. You cannot undo this learning, my dear. Now the question is, what occurred in your realm after you voiced those near, those you love, those whom you had trusted? What occurred, my dear, after you voiced this newfound information, if you will, to them? How were you received? Then, my dear, we go back to the other question. Why did you leave? Within this answer, my dear, lies the answer to your question. Those in your realm, my dear, especially you, seek acceptance by those in your realm. When you opened your mind, when you shifted your awareness to our realm, there was immediate acceptance, unconditional abundance of love. You did not seek our acceptance, my dear, and therefore it felt familiar, loving, and safe. And now what many of you attempt to do is blend the two realms, and especially to those who are not necessarily ready to accept it. So you connect with our realm and you are excited and you feel the love and your awareness expands and your knowledge returns. You are seeking those in your realm to speak passionately about what you learned and discovered. You are expecting them to receive you with open arms and be as excited as you are. And then when they do not receive you in the manner you were expecting, you are confused. As your familiarity with them served a longer period than your newfound familiarity with us, you tend to side with them. You tend to listen to the naysayers. You listen to their own fears, and once more enhances your fears. And then you pull away. And as time passes, your own essence yearns for this connection once more. You become intrigued again. You join others within your devices to listen, to learn something new. But, my dear one, you have never left. It was only sidetracked, my dear, as this too is part of your lesson. To re-engage, if you will, to trust your essence, to trust your connection, and to trust, my dear, that it is not imperative for you to seek the acceptance of those in your realm. For your journey consists of a continuation of serving our realm while you are residing in yours. So open your heart, my dear. Welcome the essence near. Trust what you receive. Feel, my dear, feel your way through this connection once more. And believe in yourself, my dear. Believe you possess the ability to connect with our realm. Bring the messages through the essence of that beautiful soul that one has come to hear. And believe that you are worthy and you are honored for doing so. And the more you believe, my dear, the more you shall evolve. And in time, even those who questioned you in your realm will eventually, my dear, become intrigued and ask their own questions, as is their journey. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Anne asks, I'm having
May you repeat that, my dear.
Yeah, I think my signal went a minute there. Anne says, I'm having some issues with my health. I would appreciate a message.
Yes, my dear. This is a question which has appeared in the past. Let us assume, my dear, for a moment, that you do possess an essence in our realm, which thrives in a much more powerful vibrational frequency, my dear. And a portion of your essence is, in fact, in this physical form. And of course, the vibrational frequency, my dear, is not as powerful. But, my dear, the knowledge here is that you possess the ability to raise your own vibrational frequency within your physical form. By connecting to your essence and ours, by asking for assistance, by asking that the frequency vibrates higher, by understanding and seeking the negativity of yours, by not associating yourself with those who bring negativity, negative energy, negative words, negative emotions, all which do nothing but lower your vibrational frequency. So you see, my dear one, you do possess the ability to raise the volume by turning the knob higher or lower, all through your actions within both realms. If one does not fully believe in their essence in our realm, it is impossible for them to turn that knob toward our realm to tune into the higher vibrational frequency. If one only surrounds themselves in your realm with negative people, negative beliefs, negative talk, negative thoughts, negative actions, that they are only turning that knob in one direction, my dear. And the lower your frequency is, the more susceptible you are to illnesses, as the bottom feeders of the ocean, my dear, at the lowest vibrational frequency. So it is up to you, my dear. What do you wish to do? How will you, my dear, truly raise your own frequency in order to raise your ailments? Where is your belief level, my dear? Trust this is your journey, my dear. These are the obstacles you have put before you to learn the lessons. The question is, my dear, are you learning the lessons? It is all up to you. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. We also have she herself is having problems with her neighbours.
Once more, my dear, your device
Sorry,
was not clear.
Kathleen is having problems.
My apologies, my dear. Kathleen is having problems. Yes. It seems your device has ceased, my dear.
Hi, I'm back again. So sorry about that. My internet just crashed out totally.
No apologies required, my dear.
So the question was from Kathleen, saying that she's having a terrible time, problems with her neighbours, and she'd like some help, please.
My dear one. As mentioned earlier, your journey is full of lessons. As mentioned earlier, your perception of relationships also provide the same lessons. How are you viewing this neighbor? A thorn in your side, perhaps? Or an essence, my dear, of love? offering you a most valuable opportunity. Seek the lesson for you to learn. For it is not merely, my dear, the neighbor, as it is also you. And as this neighbor irritates you, ask yourself why. What is their existence? Their mere existence, the mere sight of them, triggering within you, my dear. You see, my dear, that you may perceive this neighbor as evil, as a thorn in your side, as a nuisance, as a bother. What this neighbor is, in fact, my dear, is a beautiful essence who has agreed to push your limits, if you will, to annoy you, in order for you to seek deeper, my dear, and find that lesson. Seek what it is within you, my dear, that still requires your mending, your peace, your forgiveness. Perhaps, my dear, it is not even from this life. So understand, my dear, that there is a reason why this conflict is occurring and is yet to cease. Rather than viewing it one-sidedly, my dear, with your focus being on the neighbor and becoming even more irritable, why not focus on yourself now? Why not seek what this quarrel is saying to you? How are you reacting, my dear? Prior to speaking your words, what is your initial reaction and why? Search for the answer, my dear. For when you find it, when you are able to apply closure to this, then your emotions shall change. And your reaction, my dear, will be that of making peace, of setting aside the ego, and be loving to thy neighbor. Be your essence, my dear. Not only this human version of you, created of your reality in your realm. Just there is much more than meets the eye. And honor this neighbor, my dear. Offer your love and honor for the level of how irritable you have become. Is proof that this connection between the two of you is indeed honorable and loving, my dear. So seek within and find the lesson. And then learn it, my dear. And apply your changes to better yourself. And all shall be resolved as it should be. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you so much. Unfortunately, we've come Hi, sorry, we've come to time now, and I know you'd like to leave us with a few words before you go.
Yes, my dear, but as your device is not working accordingly, we shall keep it short. We offer our gratitude once more to each of you. As you remember, opening words were focused on fear. Fear of yourselves. And now, if you all reflect on each question which was asked, did they not all possess the same common denominator of fearing in oneself? Trust, my dear ones, you each possess a powerful essence. Trust you are your essence. And do not fear. Do not ever doubt your abilities. Honor and respect all relationships, for they are indeed honorable ones. And elevate your vibrational frequencies by merely believing in yourselves and ridding that fear. And I assure you, you will indeed notice changes along your journey. Notice easier paths rather than difficult ones. And notice more joy and love within these true relationships. And above all, your awareness to our realm shall become even more powerful as you are able to feel the essences near. Trust in it, my dear ones. Always trust in yourselves. My honor, gratitude remains with each of you for this opportunity. And thank you to you, my dear one, for setting aside your illness to allow this to occur.
You're welcome, thank you. And it's been fine for the last hour, and it's just suddenly all coming back again. So Spirit very kindly took it away for the time we needed it to. While Niko comes out of trance now, I'll just fill you in about what's happening tomorrow. We've got Sheila at 3:30, Lainey at 5 o'clock. We've got healing at 6 o'clock, Stace with readings at 7 o'clock, and Larkin at 9 o'clock. All of those times are UK times, so please make the adjustments according to where you live. And you will be more than welcome to pop on and ask your questions and ask for readings from our readers that are on during the day tomorrow. We're here every day of the week. 6 o'clock of healing every night and readings, sometimes from 11 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes they don't start till 4. Hi, Niko. Welcome back. Sorry.
Thank you. Hi, guys.
Do you have more kittens?
No.
At one point I thought I heard kittens again. No, just for it.
How are you feeling?
Well,
are you feeling better?
Well, I felt fine most of the way through it, and it's just all starting to come back again. So I sort of need to pop off, really. But thank you so much for tonight, Niko. Thank you everybody for joining us. And we'll see you, Niko, back here at the same time, 9 o'clock next Sunday. So thank you, everybody, and good night.
Bye-bye.